Nothing kicks off the holidays more than lighting the Rockefeller Center Christmas Tree. Here are some tips for visiting the area from expert tour guides.
Generally, what I tell folks, instead of coming in from like the Fifth Avenue side, where it just gets crazy, especially with the Saks Light Show, I found that it's much easier to come in from the Sixth Avenue side and just wander in along one of the side streets. And then that gets you pretty close up to the tree where you can see some good views of it without as much traffic.
Weekends are always going to be busier in New York City. The crowds around the Christmas tree, it's pretty overwhelming. The later you go is always the better. And if you can go on a weekend, that is always a great idea. But expect that when you come to New York around the holidays, there are going to be crowds. If you catch those off-peak hours, things will be better. But on the flip side of that, try to embrace it all. Be kind to your neighbor next to you. Say Merry Christmas. Smile at that little child looking up at awe at the Rockefeller Christmas tree. You will spend a lot of your vacation time sitting in traffic if you are taking Ubers or you are taking taxis. Uber prices change during the holiday season. There's surges depending on the time that you're going out and depending on the time of year. The New York City subway is the best way to get around.
And little known fact, but New York City's very first Christmas tree actually wasn't here.
Before we had Rockefeller Center, there was Madison Square Park. And this was actually the site of the very first public Christmas tree in New York. A very kind of upscale socialite in 1912, really kind of empathized with the plight of the poor. And only wealthy people had Christmas trees. I mean, this was a luxury to have a tree in your home. And she thought Christmas should be for all New Yorkers, whether rich or poor. And she would erect the first public Christmas tree.
So there you have it. Check out more tips and tricks. Head to NBCNewYork.com. I'm Linda Gaudino. Happy holidays.